Absolutely. Now, we had a comment earlier, and this from John JID999. I can't find it for whatever reason, but I'll paraphrase. And John, if you could resend it, just your actual text, because for some reason it disappeared. But what he said is, what did y'all think of the mess that was All Out last night or the night prior? So I will say I didn't get a chance to watch the entirety of All Out. I got to see two matches, and those two matches were Brian Danielson and Jungle Boy, which they had an excellent match. Jungle Boy's best match of his career by far. And then there was Swerve Strickland, and there was, of course, Adam Page. I almost wanted to call him Ethan Page. Adam Hangman Page. And it was a violent affair, which I did not enjoy as much. Now, I've been pretty consistent, Book, throughout my entire time as a wrestling fan. I don't like that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? You mentioned ECW a minute ago, and Jerry Lawler used to characterize ECW as extremely crappy wrestling. That was what he characterized it as. Now, I appreciate ECW for what it did and what it was. Was it the style of professional wrestling that I enjoyed? All the blood and gore? No, I didn't like that either. So this is kind of consistent for me. But I will say, watching the violence that was there, and I don't want to sound too harsh when I say this, I was kind of disgusted by it. You know, the last time these two had that death match, there was drinking of blood and stuff like that, and I thought that was over the line. I think stabbing each other in the cheek with a hypodermic needle is over the line. That's just me. I see two guys who are credible, one of which just finished a world championship run in Swerve Strickland, who I'm a big fan of. I think he's great. And I think that kind of stuff is beneath him. Personally. That's just my personal opinion. And I'm sure people are going to disagree with me. You might disagree with me. But to me, that's not what pro wrestling is. To me.
Yeah. Swerve, before I even say anything, hell of a talent.
Incredible.
He's a hell of a talent. The kid's incredible. He can do anything in the middle of that freaking square circle. Extraordinary talent. It's just something that, maybe he wants to get off his bucket list, going out and having these kind of matches. Perhaps, one thing about these kind of matches, it's a young man's game. You better get him out the way quick, because I don't see that being a long-term deal where you can continuously go out and do that kind of stuff and get over. Is it my cup of tea? No, it's not. But there again, it's an audience for it. Obviously, a lot of the fans in AEW, they get off to that kind of stuff. And I think when you catering to, your people, you're going to be willing to go out there and do anything. I mean, I think that's what Tony Khan wants in that company, is for these guys to be able to go out there and do things differently than it's been done before. And I said that before. I think AEW is trying to change the landscape of the way fans watch professional wrestling. I could be wrong, but that's what it seems like to me. And the reason I said that the first time was the way the tag team division worked, because they didn't have to make traditional tags. They can come in the ring and they can stay in the ring and do like 3 or 4 spots, with the guys, and then before they get it was just a lot of shenanigans that was going on that I just did not understand from a tag team perspective. But was I supposed to understand it? Perhaps not. Was I supposed to understand the 6-sided ring in TNA when I was there? No, I didn't need to, because it was for the young guys. It was for that generation. Is AEW for this generation of what they're trying to cater to? Perhaps, but is it my cup of tea? No. Am I going to let my kids watch somebody get stuck with a needle? And that's not. I don't think I want my kids to see anything as far as hypodermic needles, just because of what I had to see when I was a kid in real life with hypodermic needles. Something that's still embedded in my brain. How many lives that hypodermic needle, how many lives it really, really ruined. You know what I mean? So I look at that from a total different perspective. than perhaps they do. They may think it's cool. It's just something we're doing on television. But if you're a parent, seem like you would think a little bit different. I don't know if Tony Khan got any kids. Maybe he's not thinking that way.
I don't know. I don't think he's married or has children. But nevertheless, to me, look, this isn't about being soft. This isn't about being whatever characterization you want to make it. To me, I think of like longevity. And to me, if you go out there and you get stuck in your cheek with a hypodermic needle, how you topping that? Do you know what I mean? Or next time the fans go out there, what happens? When the Dudleys go out, let's just put it in the Dudleys. When the Dudleys, one of the great tag teams of all time, right? They can do all the stuff. They can have a great match with anybody ever in the history of this business from a tag team perspective. When they go out there, what do all the people want to see?
Tables. Right?
We want tables. You could give them a 5-star classic. They're going to still chant, "We want tables." It's going to happen if they go out there and they're saying, "We want needles." I mean, this is just what I'm thinking. You threw the missile drop kick out, right? Because you're like, I can't sustain this kind of attack on my body. You threw the Harlem Hangover out.
Quick.
You know what I mean? Quick. Well, who said, give me the needle, brother? I want the needle. You know what will really get this match to the next level? Give me the needle in the cheek.
I heard they brought out a staple gun in that one also, right?
Start stapling pictures to chests.
Yeah. That's like the old necromancer.
And you know what's funny? At one point, they grab a chair, and the referee's like, "No, don't do the chair." I'm like, "Don't do the chair." He just stapled the other guy. And now he's put a needle through his freaking teeth.
Oh, man, you wonder, who thought to bring the staple gun or the hypodermic needle to the match? That's the thing.
Well, bro, look, when I get into a fight, that's what I think.
You ever seen a movie?
What's really going to take this guy out? A needle.
Yeah. You ever seen the movie The Wrestler? You seen the movie The Wrestler, right? One of the best scenes was when they went to the grocery store and they what do you think about that? You know what I mean? Those cookie sheet, boom, let me try it on you. Bang.
Yeah, that'll work. Let's get it.
Throw it in the cart. You know what I mean? It was the dumbest. I was like, this is stupid, right? But this is professional wrestling. It's always been that way, man. We got to take another break, man. Stick around. You're the Hall of Fame. We'll be back.